Welcome back to Real House DIY. Today we have a bathroom fan exhaust switch. It's making noise. That loud buzzing noise. Today we're going to show you how to replace that. Tools you'll need. This is a dark bathroom I have here, so I'm going to be using a headlamp. Want a screwdriver, flathead for these screws here. You might need a Phillips screwdriver for inside. Needle nose pliers, and possibly wire strippers. First thing we're going to do is go turn off power. I had two different circuit breakers to turn off. One was just for the heat fan. The other was for the bath fan and the bath light switches. I remove the cover plate. Next I'm going to switch to my Phillips screwdriver. And the first thing we want to do is just see what we have in the box for wires. So we have hot, neutral, and ground all in this box, so we have a few different options for our new fan switch. Let's go take a look. So this is the switch I'm going with. I've already replaced this one in my other bathroom. And I notice it says on this one, neutral wire required. There are some times where you'll find you don't have a neutral wire in the box. They do sell another version I'll show shortly where you do not need a neutral wire, but you would need a ground wire. This one I like. It has different options for time: 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30, 60, 2 hours, 4 hours, and you have your off button. You have your connection for neutral wire, the hots, power in and out to the fan, and your ground connection. I do like on this one it has the side mount screws. This one provides a pigtail for the neutral if you need that. Another thing I like with this one here, gives you the option, press the 5 and 10 minute buttons at the same time and hold for 3 seconds. You can leave all the LED lights on or keep the LED lights off. You also have the nice wiring diagram here of your power coming in to the line. The neutral's all tied together. And then the load back from the light fixture connect to the load. Slightly confusing here, they show the line wire coming down from above. For me, I have a basement, the line is always coming up from the basement. So that makes it a little bit confusing, so make sure look at this part of the wiring diagram here. Have your line with the power in, connect to the line, and then the load is the one that goes to the light fixture. Here's a very similar looking switch, but there are a couple differences on this one. One, you notice 15 minutes instead of 10 minutes for this button at the top. But the major difference here is there's no neutral wire required for this switch. You also have your wire connections by these wires and then connect with wire nuts. You do need the green ground wire connection here, so it's using hot and ground to get power to the electronics inside this box that run the timer and light up these switches. And this one is approved to use the hot black wire and a green ground wire for powering the electronics in this box. Typically you would use the hot and neutral wires like on the other switch that we looked at. This one is approved to use the hot and a ground. So just so I have a little more room to work with, ready to replace the fan switch, I'm also going to loosen and remove the heat fan and the light switches. And I'll be able to actually get some of the wires out of this box. Alright, so we've got everything out of the box here. Okay, so I have the neutral here. It's an easy one. I'll connect that to our neutral on the new switch first. We have that neutral wire that came in the box. And twist that to these neutrals here. Where I just took off that stranded neutral wire from the old fan switch. And put that wire nut right back on. That's ready to go. And I'll take off the load wire, which is going to be the red one from the old switch, and go ahead and connect that right now. The wire goes straight in, and then you tighten down the screw. So there's our load connection. Screw tightened down. Get the line connection next. That was the black wire on our old fan switch. That one is a little bit long. Cut off the end of that. That looks good now. And the last connection here is the ground. So our old switch is now removed. Put that aside. So now I just have ground and neutral connections to make. The ground again, straight in the back and tighten the screw. And finally the neutral. That goes on that. It's marked neutral. It's always the silver or white colored screw for your neutral. Okay, so that's our new switch. All the connections are made. While you're in here, you can take a look how all your other connections are. Noticed I had a little bit of a loose wire on the heater switch. With dirt in here, you can vacuum it out. I'll go ahead and start putting these in. I'm gonna try center all of these switches so that the plate goes back on nicely the first try. These wires will bend and fold just a little bit to fit back into the box. And these very square-shaped switches, you can't put one screw in all the way in first, and then the other has to go in kind of evenly, as it really fills the box. Might get stuck otherwise. Make sure that these are aligned nicely for when the plate goes back on. Looks like heat fan switch needs to be pushed over. Oh, it's just that there. That'll be good. I'm going to turn power back on, make sure this works, and then I'll put the cover plate on. The power's back on. Our lights work. Heat fan works. This is both an off button as well as selecting the last selected time. Of course, if you press the 5 minutes, it would run for 5 minutes, then turn off. And you can hold down the 5 and 10 minute buttons at the same time for about 3 seconds. See that blue flash down at the bottom, let go. And now the blue LEDs, I believe, will stay on all the time when this is turned on. In case you like that feature, I like it just to light up once. So toggle that back. You may want those blue LEDs to stay lit all the time if this were not for a bath fan, but instead for, let's say, an outdoor light that you can't see all the time, and you'd want to know if it's on or off. So now we're done. Put this cover plate back on. And we're all set. So that's easy to do with minimal tools. I didn't even need the wire stripper, just the screwdrivers, a headlamp. I used the needle nose pliers at one point to tie together those neutral wires. And that should be easy enough for any homeowner to accomplish in about 20 minutes. If you liked this video, please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.